work, going home a bit earlier. 7 o'clock tonight, the mighty Manly Warringah Seagulls playing the evil Redcliffe Dolphins. Only time I say that, they're my local team. I don't give them shit, only when they play Manly. Hope everyone's well. It's been a while. When the last time I haven't streamed for a week, been a bit slack. Life gets in the way sometimes. Gee, that beard's a bit messy. Let's give it a trim too. What's been going on? We'll wait till we get some people. You know, we get at least one or two. We got to get, you know. Shout out to the Bacon Boy. How are you, Bacon? If you know, you know. Man, it's not bad, eh? It's like, it's kind of that in-between weather. Like at the moment, it's like, 20 degrees at 7 o'clock. So it's kind of tonight, do I wear a thick jumper like this or do I just wear a jersey? First world problems, good people. It's a short week. Oh, well, kind of a short week at work. You get a day off in the middle. Tomorrow off, Good Friday. If you're a traditionalist, you don't eat meat. If you do, if you're not like myself, have a steak. Pretty hard Good Friday if you're keto, like, unless you're gonna eat fish. And I'll be honest, I'm not a real big fish eater. Shellfish, but not real fish, if you know what I mean. Oh, and fish on a taco is quite good, if you know, you know. So yeah, it's all good. Been not a bad week. Gonna have a few beers tonight. Be my first drink since Thailand. Couple of beers because I don't have to work tomorrow. Beers, football. How can you go wrong? Living the dream, baby. Living the dream. I'm gonna have a bit of my coffee. Needed coffee early this morning. Been a full footy nugget today. Even got the Manly coffee mug. Being what do they call them when they're like full bogan fans, super fans. I'm being one of them today. So nah, it's good cruising along. Haven't really been on the YouTubes much, so I don't know what's been going on. I think the last stream I watched was Capio. On when was that? Sunday. Yeah. It was pretty good. Solid stream. And I think I missed Stu's. I think Stu streamed Monday my time, but how's it going? Frosty, how are you, brother? Good to see you, my man. Just shooting the shit on the way to work. A little bit excited. This is the closest I've had to travel for a game since I lived in Sydney. And it's even closer there. Like when I lived in Sydney, well, when was that? 2009, 2010. It was about, I walked once. It was like about an hour walk or about a 15-minute drive from, depending on traffic, from where I live. Mossy, I should ban you for that wooden spoon comment, my man, but I won't, because the Tigers did win 3 in a row. But no, it was about I walked, it was about 4.5, 5 kilometres. Well, from my place to KO Stadium, where tonight's game is about 2.5 Ks. So we're going to walk it, probably about 25 minutes. We'll walk there. Probably won't walk home because I'll be, you know what it's like once you've had a few. Mod Potential. That's an interesting name. I'm watching you closely, Mod Potential. You could be a troll. I'm going to turn the camera off soon. I just thought I'd show you that I'm representing. Got the maroon and white on, as you do. But being a bit slack. Like I put a few footy videos up. I gotta just give me 3 tries. 3 try scorers. Okay, I'm gonna give you Hamasai Tabalai Fido for the Dolphins. I'm gonna give you my man Toltai Pepsi Cola for Manly, and let's go Tommy Turbo. I got a feeling tonight, Manly, they're rank outsiders at 335, but gamble responsibly. But I reckon we got this. I reckon change of coach. We're playing Fozball, baby. I think the change of coach will make a world of difference. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. But yeah, back to the channel. I have put some content out on my days off. I did a couple of footy videos, but I was pretty happy. I went to the markets on Sunday after my walk, and I got some let's say it properly, kapow, the proper holy Thai basil, and I made kapow, and I took some videos and that to send to a friend of mine in Thailand, but I made a video short about it. It's gone ballistic. I think it's got about 600-700 views. So I've got everything set. I just got to go to the market again. And I was talking to a lady the other day that actually grows it, and she's going to start bringing it in for me. So, but it's called, I don't know if they've got Thai partners. It's called Buffalo Kapow. It's supposed to be a little bit more pungent. So yeah, we're going to give that a run. Okay, I'm going to turn my head off. You don't need to see my head anymore. Bye-bye. There you go. So yeah, I was pretty pleased with myself with that. And it's got some views. I am a bit of a one-trick pony when it comes to that pad kapow, Thai and omelettes is about all. I just can't get curries right. Even when I've got my outdoor setting with the wok and the gas burner. Even with that, I just can't. I try to do it the right way. So you're supposed to not use oil. You're supposed to let the milk, like the coconut milk, and but it just splits. So, but I will try, and they're good cooking. People like cooking videos, and it's kind of do a bit of Thai content while I'm not in Thailand. Big up, we got 10,000 in the chat. Just kidding, about 10. That's all right, because like I said, I don't say anything controversial. I keep it up, and yeah, we're away. Pretty good in Australia. It's a long weekend. There'll be a lot of people finishing work today, and they won't go back till Tuesday. I am new. Clearly you're new, but mod potential, I don't think you are. I think you could be someone on Ulster account, like just a hunch. But yeah, this is the time I would normally go to Thailand when I'm not working for myself, or when I'm working for someone like I am now, because you've got 4 public holidays this week. So tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, public holidays. You've got Anzac Day, which is on the 25th. Oh, Mincer, you're late. Where's your note? And then you've got Anzac Day, and then in Queensland, the first Monday in May is Labor Day. So you can actually have 4-week holiday and use minimal annual leave. But not this time. Next year I will, because if I'm going in October, I won't go in February. So it'll be October and then April. So that's the plan anyway. But it'd be good. Long weekend. I think people are conserving petrol. The Wigan Warriors, eh? How are they going this year? The Warriors. Super League's going to get good, mate. I reckon the NRL are going to buy them, and we might see Super League reach its potential. I went to a Super League game. When was that? That was 2009, Oddistle Stadium. I went to sit with the great Stephen Menzies was playing for the Bradford Bulls, and it was Bradford versus Nathan Brown was the coach of the other team. Huddersfield. There you go. And I think Huddersfield won that night. Not yet, Mossy. Like, I'm hoping to have my flights paid for, if not next Tuesday, the following Tuesday before Anzac Day, and I can get, it's actually interesting, I can get $1,284 Brisbane, Bangkok with Singapore, with the 2-hour stopover each way, or I can get, and I'm tossing this one up, $850 with Malaysian Airlines, 2-hour stopover in KL on the way over, and 11 hours on the way back. And I'm thinking, for $400, I could do that. I just don't want the plane crashing or going missing like, MH17. But yeah, no, that was a long time ago. So that's actually an option. Malaysian Airlines, I don't care. I just got to, that would make my holiday pretty cheap. Because I give you an idea, it's probably, my accommodation is about 1,400 total, but then like I've got to be honest, my Wahin accommodation is pretty sweet, and I could go cheaper, but I like it. You know, it's pretty much a self-contained unit, which is cool as, and it's a great location. But yeah, we'll see. It's pretty good. I get looked after where I work, so if it's not this week I do it, it will be the following fortnight. I'll have it all done dusted just before I go to Sydney. So nah, it's good. Cruising along. Got to have something to look forward to, you know, and that's like, g'day Leo, how are you, champion? Hope you're well, mate. Nah, Qantas is shit, mate. Like, they've had some near misses. Qantas is not, they used to be great airlines, but yeah, and Qantas have made, and out of principle, they've made it dearer for everyone else in Australia because because they're tight with our shitty government. They blocked a lot of other airlines from coming in. Oh, I didn't know that. So yeah, Brett Kenny played for Wigan. Matty Johns played for Wigan. Like back in the early 2000s, Super League used to get all the good Aussies when the exchange rate and stuff like that. Yeah, Singapore's great, mate. Like I think I had to do mine a little bit later. I think I paid 12, and I did that this time. Hey, Beach is in the chat. Yeah, he's a bacon. What I did, Mossy, was I used that pay later travel, and like I paid a deposit, and I just paid $100 a fortnight. But I tried to do that. You do pay a little bit more for that convenience, but I looked at it this time and I just couldn't get the flight I wanted. You know, that 6 p.m. flight out of Brizzy just sucks. You got like 5-6 hours in Changi, whereas I can leave at midnight, which means I can work a whole day before I go. I can take the midnight flight, hour and a half stopover, and then I'm on my way to Bangers. I still think it's going to be weird, eh? This will be, like I said, I think it's 17th trip to Thailand. First time I haven't gone to Phuket. But, you know, it's hard. Like, I haven't been to Chiang Mai for a couple of years. It's like I need to do a 2-month trip so I can go see everywhere, but that's not going to happen. It's not feasible at the moment. But, you know, you just got to do it. You know, I think I'm lucky to be able to go once here, but then to be able to go twice, you know, it's pretty good. And it'll just be nice this time not to have, I'll have one travel day, but it'll just be a little drive. You know, either a drive to Bangkok or a drive to Pattaya, if Colin allows me to go to Pattaya this time. If you know it, you know it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, massive. Now I've got a few people. I've got to shout out to a company because I think this is outstanding. You guys would have heard me talk about my Rode microphone with the receiver falling out in the Sukhumvit Soy 11. Well, I've been back 2 weeks Tuesday, and on Monday the whole brand new, you know, under warranty. And I think my case might have had something to do with my phone case. A brand new system arrived, like not just the receiver, a whole new brand new box. So what I'm going to do is an unboxing. So I might do that tomorrow. Actually, it's good to have that extra day off. So do that, and then once I've got that up, I can then work on these last couple of videos. I can do proper voiceovers with a proper microphone, and then I can give you some good vlogs. So, you know, get it up, spread the word. If you're not subbed, hit the like. It helps the Cambro rhythm. You know how it works. And you just hear me shooting the shit. Okay, so Mincer, Tuk Driver 69. He's a troll, but he's a friendly troll. Will I pay Colin a visit? No. I've actually never been to John TM, to be honest. Never been there. We were gonna go check out Tinny's Pies, the Aussie pie shop. Man, a mate that was there, but no, I've never been to John TM. It's kind of, probably should. I actually know someone that used to own a bar there. But yeah, just I've never been to Platinum. And I can't say this word. I've been to Platinum Mac a few times. I've been to Bentley's Bar, because my friend's partner owns that. It's been getting a lot of raps lately, actually, for its food. And he's a big fella, the guy that owns it, so he likes his food. But it's quality, eh? Like, it's pretty funny, I've never eaten there, I've only drank there. But from all accounts, all the online vlogs and that, Bentley's is a really good place to eat. They do a good English breakfast, they do all that stuff. Shout out to Barry Allen there, guys, said English breakfast. This is the early, I don't normally have a coffee till about 8:30. I just felt the need this morning. Coffee this morning, beers tonight. So yeah, massive shout out to Road, I think, and I probably need to give them a review and give them a like, because that's awesome. Like they've gone down. You can get all the coloured ones now for like really cheap, but I still think it's good because it's awesome, man. And that's the thing too, eh? Like it's never been easier and more compact to make content now. You don't need a laptop. All you need is a good iPhone, and that's it. Good and some sort of microphone. It's all you need. Wigan Rugby League have done. Yeah. No, they actually Wigan played Manly in a World Club Challenge in 1987. I think it might have been the first World Club Challenge, and they beat us. And apparently, Manly they were on a bender. The boys are on the piss, but yeah, they did. I do remember that. Manly have played in 3 World Club challenges. They've won 1, and I was there. They beat the Leeds Rainors, and we played them at Ellen Road, the home of Leeds United. Yeah, what was it? 28-20. There's a couple of massive fights that night too. It was good. So that was in 2009. So yeah, they played three of those games, Stephen Lowe. They beat Leeds, and then Leeds got them back in 2012. What they did, Leeds played them at Headingley in 2012, because apparently back then Headingley didn't have the heated soil, so it was a bit frosty. They tried to do everything they could to make it harder. Is the Robin Tuk asked, is the Robin Hood any good? Mate, I only went there once. I had like a muffin. It was okay. The thing I was disappointed about, the day I went there, I think it was like one of my last days. I went there, I was hungover, and I wanted to know, like in Thailand I always have like an iced coffee, iced latte or something, and their coffee machine was cooked, so I couldn't have a coffee. But yeah, it was all right. The roast they're supposed to rave about. I actually like the Nest, which is on Soy Diana. Great service, food's really good. They do a really nice roast. So yeah, that's my issue. When I go to Pattaya, it's normally end of my trip, and I eat too much Western food. And that's where I put 2.5 kegs on the last trip, and I put it all on in Pattaya. Like the hotel I stayed at in Hua Hin had scales, so I'm pretty bad on the scales. I'll weigh myself every day. And see you, Mossy. Have a go, mate. Go Manly. Yeah, and I put it all on the week I was in Pattaya. I put 2.5 kegs on, because it's like all day. And I did drink a lot too, the changs. But yeah, just the Western food in Pattaya is pretty like I don't think I ate any Thai food in Pattaya. So give me a second, I've got to get into this lane. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, but you know what, Stephen? For some reason or another, and it's really weird because the Super League is the weaker comp, but when it comes to that World Club Challenge game, they seem to win. And I used to think it'd be because it was always in England, but they've won here. you know, the Australian teams rarely win that World Club Challenge for one reason or another. Like, you look at this year, Hull KR beat Brisbane. So yeah, I don't. It's a bit of an anomaly, that one. How they win it, but they do. But like I said, good times ahead for Super League, mate. With the NRL, we're gonna buy into it. I think, from what I heard, which I don't know how good this is, he's very good corporately. But the ex-Manly CEO Tony Mestroff is going to be from what I've heard, he's going to be the Super League CEO. Very good commercially, which is probably what Super League need. Like Manly commercially under him were very good. The football side of the game, not so good. Poor coach, poor recruitment and retention. And that's where we find ourselves in the situation where now, oh shit, it's raining. Better clear up by tonight, baby. But yeah, so I'm gonna, with the channel, gonna still do my Thailand stuff and that, my travel stuff, but there's gonna be a little bit more rugby league, because look, I don't really belong in any genre. I just do what I like, and I like travel, I like Thailand, I love footy, I love my Eagles. So yeah, there'll be a bit of everything for everyone. So hopefully, like, you know, and I haven't seen Stephen before in a chat. He's obviously a rugby league man. And I'm hoping to maybe do some footy live streams or some footy content. I've found a bloke on, and he's fairly new to things, on Facebook that does content, and his content's good. So, been talking to him, maybe we might do something. Gonna try to him up. Am I on the beers tonight? Tuk. Yes, I am. Leo, Cambo, do you have any plans? Probably not, but the interesting thing, mate, when I was a kid, Leo, like, I was heavily into competitive temping bowling. And me and my mates, we all used to dream about being on the PBA tour, you know, and going over there and giving it a whack. I was like good, like my average, never bowled 300, probably 10 to 12 279s with one open frame. I did throw a 299, but yeah, and like I said, but never really that good enough to do that. But that was a dream as a kid. We used to like, and bowling's not a big sport in Australia, but you know, we used to, after school, I even worked in a bowling centre, go and practice and do all that stuff. That was always the thing. I wanted to, you know, be on the PBA tour. And there's, I don't know how much you know about that tour, Leo, but probably the best bowler in the last 10 years is an Australian. And Mossy's not here. He's a West Tigers fan too. Jason Belmonte. He's probably better known in the US than what he is in Australia. But yeah, nah. For me, not even like, it's really weird. Like a lot of Australians, when you grow up, it's like, oh yeah, when you travel, you want to go to Europe, you want to go to the States. You don't really, there's not a lot of talk about Asia. I was never going to travel to Asia. It never interests me. Oh, dad bowled 8. That's good. 802. So yeah, mate. So you know who Belmo is and stuff like that. The great Pete Webber. Don't you know who I am? Who do you think you are? He's a legend, Pete Webber. You should, anyone Google that. Who are you? I'm me, and all this there. When he won the US Open, a guy was heckling him. But yeah, like a lot of Australians, we're going to go to Europe. They do the Kon-Tiki tours. Mate, you got Southeast Asia on your footstep. Everything you want is there. You know, like, and it's cheaper. Well, I always wanted to do Oktoberfest. He was on the Mark Roth. Yeah, he was one of the we had a guy that used to come out to Australia. He's passed now, and all the coaching, like, because I was a level 1 accredited coach as well. It was something I did it more for my knowledge, but I did do a bit of coaching. Dick Richter used to come to Australia, and he bowled with all of them, and the whole the Australian coaching philosophy around bowling was all based on Dick's teachings. He used to come out and he did. You could do it. Like, I think my mum paid for me $150 for a 2-day course with Dick. But one of my mates who was a state team bowler, he went down to the AIS, Australian Institute of Sport, and spent a week with Dick. Sounds a bit rude, a week with Dick Richter. So yeah, it's but bowling's really struggled in Australia. Like, with a lot of centres are closed. Obviously, with power, it's not as effective now. You see that they've got these string bowling. I probably haven't picked up a bowling ball. Like, I still got my gear at home, probably for about 7 or 8 years. I get the itch now and again. I'm like, I'm going to go back, but then I love travelling too much. Yeah, I used to clean the bins. Used to empty the bins out. Clean the house balls. And I was like 13 for this job. I used to clean the bins, empty the house balls. What else did I do? Used to sweep and that. And I used to get $20 a week, but I got staff discount, which included $2 games. I think that was more the perk. You know, I could and at that point I was practicing every day, at least 2 games. So it was like, you know, and they knew they got the money that they paid me. It was all cash in hand. I should tell a story about that bowl. So the bowling centre I bowled at was in a place called Labrador. It was called Paradise Lanes, and it was owned by an Italian family. And my late mum, God bless her, she used to have coffee every Saturday morning when I bowled with the grandfather that owned it. Lovely old Italian man, you know, they dressed up, you know, the way that, you know, the hat and all that stuff. So my mum used to have coffee with this Italian man, old Bruno. And he went away for a while. We never seen him. Front page of the paper, he was one of the biggest drug lords in a place called Griffin, where they grow the green. So yeah, my mum used to cop a whole bit of flack for me that. But then they sold that centre, and it was actually bought by, if you know the band In Excess, Michael Hutchins bought the centre. And then it got sold off when he passed away. So Steve Lowe says the Barmy Army's in Pattaya today. Oh, I bet you they are. The old Barmy Army. We'll call it a vid shortly, good people. But yeah, so there you go. That probably bored people with some stories of my other life back in the day. But that was good fun. I got to see a lot of places. My weekends were filled. There was almost a tournament every weekend. It was good, and, you know, made lots of mates. As I got older, we'd go to nationals. We'd get, you know, when it wasn't so woke, we used to get on the drink. I remember my first nationals was in Hobart in Tasmania. I was 14, and they'd have a dinner dance at the end of it, and all my older mates got me on the drink. It was great. You know, you could get away with it back then. But yeah, good day were good times, great times. So yep, so definitely with a public holiday coming up and you'll get some content out of me. So keep up. Have a go on YouTube, Leo. I actually got to do something. I don't like that. You need a spanner. There you go. Yeah, mate. We should. You're in Capio's Discord. We'll have a bit of a chat. And I did one last thing. I did notice that Columbia have finally closed down. They put out their last ball. My first ball was a Columbia. It was a Columbia 300 Black Knight. Rock hard plastic. None of this technical stuff they've got now. There you go. The trolls will somehow find a way to use that against me, as they do. But yeah, we'll call it a video very, very shortly. Get through my day against testing. What do you mean, Mod? What are you against testing? I'd love to know which one of the duds you are, if you are one of the duds. I'm thinking you might be. That's right, you behaved yourself so far. It's like Tuk Tuk. He comes in here, he behaves. It's all good. Comes in, calls me a mincer. So that's his nickname. He's the mincer. So it's about a bit of banter. This will stay up, so if anyone's missed it, riveting content, you know I put it out. Remember, just remember, keep an eye on, make sure you sub up to Stu D, his new channel, Stu Travels, Capio, they're the kings of genre. 365, killing it on Kick. Beach is putting out some cracking streams on there. He's got to come back to YouTube, but because I find Quick a bit clunky, so I only go on when I know he's streaming. But yeah, it's all good. Hey, good people, have a great Thursday. If in doubt, pull out. Go the Seagulls. See yous.